Are we live? Hello! Very warm welcome. What the fuck's going on with the light in there? Very warm welcome. Sebastian Vettel wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. He basically won it at the start. Bottas got a good start. Vettel went down the inside of him. They nearly touched wheels, and it was a great move. It literally won him the race. And it was if we didn't have Ricciardo and Hamilton charging through the field, it would have been a pretty boring race because the top three just stayed. Light's gone decent now. Don't know what happened at the start. So yeah, Vettel passes Bottas turn one. Chaotic first lap. We have Magnussen, Van Dorn, Ricciardo all hit each other. 3 into 1 didn't go. Magnussen squeezed it, and I would have probably blamed him for the first crash. So that was the end of Magnussen and Van Dorn's race. Luckily, Ricciardo got away with it. Then we had Ocon and Grosjean going up the hill, and Grosjean got a 10-second penalty for it. I think it's harsh that. Yes, it was his fault, and he did hit Ocon, and Ocon was out the race. So we had 4 retirements. There's 3 already. Magnussen, Van Dorn, Ocon. The other one was Brendan Hartley. But yeah, up the hill, Grosjean, he did a bit what Hamilton did, lost the back end, went into Ocon, but to give him a 10th place penalty was pretty harsh. But I suppose Ocon's race was ruined by it, so you've got to punish him. Yeah, Hamilton, Ricciardo charging from the back, it was fantastic. It made the race really, because other than that, it was a bit of a stale race, weren't it? Especially after the pit stops, it was a stale race. What else have I got written down? Bottas pits, and then Ferrari have to react, and it was very close coming out the pits, but Vettel managed to stay ahead. Alonso, he'll be sick of the sight of Felipe Massa's gearbox, because he was behind him all race. And Stroll, right at the end, got a puncture. So I'll run you down the order now. Sebastian Vettel first, dominated the race. Can't say no more. He won it in the first turn. Bottas second. Is he good enough for Mercedes? Is he aggressive enough? Or is he too nicey? Kimi third, had massive pressure from the driver of the day. Hamilton fourth, from the pit lane to fourth, and he only finished 7 seconds off the lead. He is the driver of the day. I never usually give it to Hamilton, but he gets it today. To come from the pit lane, and basically from the pit lane, and he only finished 7 seconds off the lead. It's remarkable. He went softs and then super soft. At the end, past Max, and then he was chasing down Kimi. Had one chance at Kimi, but he locked up, and yeah, it was game over then. But phenomenal drive by the world champion. Absolutely phenomenal. He's the driver of the day, in my opinion. Max fifth, bit of a dual race for Max. He was in fourth the whole race. Then Hamilton got past him, and then they pitted because they had a free pit stop. Ricciardo, doing his usual stuff, came from the back like Hamilton and put in world-class moves. He's known for his late dive bombs, as I like to call them, and comes from miles back. A lot of overtaking down into turn one, and the Mercedes of Hamilton, he was so quick up the hill and down the straight. Rapid, absolutely rapid, and that was giving him the chance to go down the inside into turn one. And we all know Daniel Ricciardo's quality as an overtaker. The home favourite Felipe Massa will be retiring after Abu Dhabi, his last Brazilian Grand Prix. Very emotional. He is an emotional chap. Best of the rest. What more can you do? Brilliant. Crashed out last year in the rain. This is such a better ending for him because he's best of the rest. He can't beat Ferraris, Red Bulls and Mercedes. It's not possible. So he's best of the rest. Usually I would sway to give him driver of the day, but not today. It has to be Hamilton. Alonso 8th, sick of the sight of Felipe Massa's gearbox, I presume, was behind him all race. And then when Massa came into the pits after the race, Alonso stood there and clapped him. Vettel won the race, but I'll probably put Massa on the thumbnail, seeing it's his last Brazilian Grand Prix. Perez 9th, excuse me. Perez 9th, a bit of a boring race for him. Can't really say much. He was catching at the end. It was a big battle at the end on the last lap. Massa, Alonso, Perez, but it stayed as it was. Hulkenberg and Sainz 10th and 11th. Not a very good race for Renault. Again, bit boring like Perez. Gasly, sterling job to get 12th. They've just got to get miles in. Toro Rosso, so unreliable. I still don't know why they've taken Kvyat out, taken Sainz out. They've got no ambition in the constructors anymore, Toro Rosso, because Gasly and Hartley, they're just getting ready for next season. They're not going to score points this season. Ericsson 13th, shouldn't be on the grid. You all know my thoughts on him, but he beats his teammate. Verline 14th, was complaining about a loss of power for most of the race. 15th Grosjean, his race was over after the collision with Ocon, and then he got a penalty. I think the penalty is quite harsh. I would have maybe given him a drive-through penalty or something, or added 5 seconds to his race time. It was his fault 100%, but it seems a bit harsh, 10 seconds. And Stroll, he locked up massively in turn 1, wanted to come in. Williams said no, it's fine. No safety measures, but it was a safety issue because he locked that tyre again and it was a puncture. So Williams, that's not very good. They should have brought Stroll in. He was complaining that he couldn't drive the car, and he locked that same tyre again and it punctured. I'll probably call this race 19. Vettel wins, Massa best of the rest, Hamilton pit lane to 4th. It was a cracking drive by Lewis. Could get his balls out really, he had nothing to lose. So Mexico, he was a bit cautious, but the championship was still up for grabs at Mexico. Today he could fight. Probably should have got a podium. He had one go at Kimi and locked up. But his tyres were getting, because he went softs to super soft where the others were super soft to soft. That is Brazil done. On to the last race we go. Abu Dhabi in 2 weeks' time. And that'll be the season over. Quite sad really. It's flown by this last couple of weeks though, the races. Going thick and fast. I would say Hamilton and Ricciardo made the race, because with the overtaking, a lot of overtaking in turn 1. Hamilton and Ricciardo coming from the back of the field made it exciting, but it was a bit of a stale race. You have Vettel, Bottas, Kimi all in the same positions the whole race. And Max was in 4th the whole race till Hamilton got past him. But yeah, I wouldn't say a world class 2016 was definitely a better race, but it wasn't a bad one. A lot of overtaking, chaotic first lap. Magnussen's to blame for the in the CNRS, and Grosjean to blame for the one up the hill where Hamilton crashed yesterday. And I do believe if Hamilton didn't bin it, he showed tremendous pace today. I think he could have won the race if he'd had a normal qualifying. But Mercedes, you come out of the last corner, it was so quick up the hill. Every time he was gaining. And if Alonso had more power, he would have probably got past Massa. So, Brazil Grand Prix done, coming up to 9 minutes. Excuse me again, got a bad cough, bit under the weather, bit of a cold and that. 6 o'clock UK time, I'm off back downstairs to watch the post-race interviews. Thanks for watching, leave your comments, we'll always reply. Coming up to 9 minutes, that is the Brazil weekend done. I'll see you very soon, adios.